Alright, well, it looks like the game is starting. Hello everyone, welcome to Dark Horse Storm versus Yoinky Sploinky. Plate?
I'm coming.
Okay, okay. Very good. Um, you know, excited to see what Yoinky Sploinky pulls out.
Yeah, they got some strats. Hello. Thanks for having me on the stream again, Lottie.
Um, you gave me a little history of Yoinky Sploinky from what I didn't know, and I'm excited to see what they pull out in this game.
Yes, for those of you that don't know, Yoinky Sploinky are the meme team. So if you like memes and you love dreams and you want to see all that good stuff, consider being a Yoinky Sploinky fan.
You know, we're gonna watch these guys go to fucking Div 2, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, honestly, this is like, not to be disrespectful, objectively, there should be some really funny Dota.
I'm expecting Arkosh, like, this is Arkosh 3.0, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You gotta own the memes, and they fucking own it.
Well, apologies if you can hear me eating. I'm literally eating chicken.
Nah, I can't. You're good.
Okay, well that's good.
On
All right.
this stream, we fucking eat. Techies, first pick
Pet cheese.
into a Medusa Windranger ban. Um,
Well, if you talk about the draft, but you'd be wasting your time.
well,
Really, what we have to figure out is what Yoinky Sploinky are going to do this game. Whether
well,
it's like Team Spirit, Team Rock guys. We're going to have to figure that out together.
we're playing a little bit more of an interpretation game than a
Yeah.
casting game.
It's like a mini game, except people spent real life American and Canadian dollars to be here. So that's the only difference. It's a pay to play, and it might be global team.
Global or the spirits?
It might be spirits too. If you pick Ember Spirit here, it opens up like you could do either or, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Because they could get Dawnbreaker, or they could get, one of the spirits.
Oh, I mean, Dawnbreaker I wouldn't consider. Like, Dawnbreaker isn't a spirit, so you're showing your hand early, right? But if you go Ember Spirit, you have global with your remnants, right?
That's true.
And
It's gonna be like a minute away.
seems like Yoinky Sploinky don't even know what the fuck they're doing, which is always good to see.
Well, because Yoinky's a dangerous team. You can't let them go unchecked. It's just which way.
That's true. They did actually win a game last week.
And I think they went 6 or 7, or no, not 6 or 7, but they went, I think, about the same amount of weeks, actually, before they got a win. Legion Commander.
Hey. So, maybe...
Team Target?
It could be like Team Duel. Press the attack doesn't give movement speed, does it?
It does.
Oh! I think they might be trying to make the Spirit Boy go as fast as possible.
Holy. Legion 4, Spirit Breaker 3 incoming?
Well, it could be Legion Carry or mid, and then you pick Darkseer, right?
I mean,
Or might be Bara mid then.
I'm looking for something fun here. I'm excited to see where they go with this.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing, but I think that's kind of the fun in it, right?
Yep. Thank you, my love. What? It's raining. Oh. Like really
But you kind of have to look at Dark Horse Storm a little bit. Think about how they're going to counter this. I think Undying is a very good pick into both Spirit Breaker and Legion Commander. Neither of them deal with Tombstone very well, so. And you kind of dominate the lane.
Apologies, I've just been brought Dominoes.
That's okay. Actually, I had Domino's today.
Holy.
My place of work has a Domino's on the same block as it. And the manager was like, you know what, you guys have been working hard these past 2 weeks. Here's some pizza. Which was one of the first nice things she's ever done for us.
That's the boss we like to see. But
that is
like
true.
To see it a lot more than that.
We would also like to see some picks coming out from Yoinky. They're really low on their reserve time. And that segue was impeccable.
Yeah.
You have Troll Warlord, Magnus.
A lot of meta hero bands. I think they're just prepping themselves for the worst case scenario.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at their bans. Wind Ranger screws melee heroes. Medusa screws melee heroes. Ignis, SF both screw melee heroes.
Yeah, can't.
Troll screws melee heroes. They might be going a 5 melee draft, 5 strength heroes.
Oh.
That might be their prerogative, but they don't ban the Timber Saw.
Yeah, it's what's making me think that it's not. I mean, I feel like it's a little bad to pick a Timber Saw into Spirit. I mean, they're strength heroes, yes, but you're going to be bounced around by a Spirit Breaker Legion.
Yeah.
Wyvern.
Okay. I don't know what they're doing. This almost looks like a real draft. Right? Like Spirit Breaker, Legion Commander, Wyvern.
Sin did say at the start of the season that she was going to be taking it a lot more seriously, if I do recall. Well,
the Wyvern, I think, is a good pick for that. Undying builds up a lot of base damage when he steals stats. And he's one of those supports that really doesn't, like, his health pool is really big, so he gets completely destroyed by Winter Wyvern Q. When you ult somebody next to the Undying, if he's got a few decay stacks, he actually contributes to killing them, unlike most supports.
Ooh.
And now there's an OD, which might be a little early to pick. I know there's only 2 picks left, and a lot of the counters have been banned, but I have not seen this hero a lot recently.
OD is good if you need a Lincoln's carrier, I found. Just naturally, he can pick it up, make it worthwhile. So that's a mid OD offlane Jakiro?
Mid techies maybe? No. Mid OD probably. Position 3 Undying and then plus 4 techies and plus 5 Jakiro.
They're gonna have a rough game with these 3 squishy heroes. I mean, Jakiro's not that squishy, but his armor... not great.
Wait. Is this a real draft?
It is.
What? Because
they are putting on their Sunday best for us right now. This is gonna be some real fucking Dota coming out.
Pan plays Monkey King carry. That's one of his signature heroes.
It's a great game to play it into.
But the Wraith King has been banned out. I'm thinking maybe Dark Horse Storm are looking at a Faceless Void right now. And the Quap ban too. That's kind of the hero that I'm thinking of right now for them. I mean, it's not great into duel, but you have an OD save, and you have Undying too, and Tekis, and Jakiro. It's a weave. Okay, what?
Weaver into Winter?
What?
I guess it's another Lincoln's carrier for dual curse, but I don't know. It is a very glass cannon lineup.
Left track right now, right? And then you just own the game.
Yeah. Tidehunter actually works too.
Tide works too, actually. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I think that works too. We have a real draft, and it is gonna be Pan playing the Monkey King. So
We're about to watch
that
some
is
fucking Dota 2. Is what,
Yeah,
what's
we
about
are.
to happen.
An actual draft with real players and real heroes. So they actually want to win this game. They might be able to do it.
I think with
I'm
this
liking
draft,
it.
it might be. I mean, the question is, can this Weaver tackle through a Wyvern Curse, a Spirit Breaker Stun, a Duel, a Monkey King, a Ravage? They don't. I have reservations about the Dark Horse draft, obviously, because it feels like it can't keep up. There's not enough lockdown. You know, it's going to be more about getting gone on than going in for them.
And I mean, I'm looking at this draft too, and for Dark Horse and all these Lincoln carriers, but that doesn't actually make you win fights. You need damage. You need ways of punishing your opponents for overextending, and a Lincoln Sphere just stops one spell and gives you a little bit of stats. Like, it doesn't manipulate the fight in a way that gives you an advantage, I don't think. Unless you block something like a duel or a Bara alt. But I see like 8 different ways of stopping a Lincoln's, right? Like you have charge,
You have charge.
you have gush. Splendor Blast, actually, also.
They're gonna get items too that'll target, because I'm
Yeah.
sure with a Winter Wyvern mid, you eventually get Glepnir, don't you?
It's not a wit. It's not mid Wyvern. It's actually support.
Oh, is this a mid Tidehunter then?
Well, I think it should be mid Wyvern. I think mid Wyvern actually can do well against Nodi. But it might be a mid. I don't think it's a mid tide. It might be offlane tide. Based on the items. It's probably a mid Legion. He's got Quelling Blade and a ward, right?
Yeah.
And then it's a support Monkey King with the Blood Grenade. Wait. Or is it? Does he just want to kill?
No, he just wants to kill.
He has a stick, though. I don't know. What I do know is that there's going to be a 5-man smoke coming out from Dark Horse. Their level 1 is pretty good with Undying, but they have really no control unless Jakiro gets the Blood Grenade and the Dual Breath off. We'll look at this Tidehunter, see if they can't get something going, but I don't know if this is a target you can really mess with, and the smoke is popped immediately with the vision from the Watcher. He'll be able to get out, and that's 50 gold wasted at the start of the game, but you establish 2 runes at least.
Yep, keeping it neutral.
Not that it really matters, because you actually lose out on that exchange if you think about it. 50 gold, right? For the smoke that didn't work. So, unless Yoinky Sploinky only go for one rune, but Monkey King's in the area, so he'll probably go for the other.
A little bit dangerous though. Spirit Breaker's manning up with him.
A little bit, but I think this 2-on-2 does favor Yoinky Sploinky a little bit. Suppose they're gonna get cast. Barry's in a lot of trouble. Pan is gonna try to go for Angry Sun, who is gonna get charged. He has no way of getting out of this. It might be first blood for Yoinky as they find that. Oh my god, I was eating chicken. Techies. That was mid-bite. Oh my god. Okay. Oh.
Coming out guns blazing.
True. They get that first kill. Gazelle's gonna go top through the portal, and you have a charge for the Spirit Breaker. I don't know. What do you think this Wyvern needs to do this game to establish himself and make himself dangerous?
I don't think you interact. I think you just stack camps. Let your Tidehunter connect bot and just go from there. Because, yeah, like that is not gonna keep this lane going for you. It does appear to be a Techies 3, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. Now, Techies does put on the burst damage, obviously. And now that he's a universal hero, he can go for some different items that you wouldn't normally be able to, but just talk about this mid matchup right now, because King Bob is completely just outplaying this Legion Commander. It's 8 CS 1 denied to 9 CS 2 denies, actually.
Yeah.
To just 5 CS. And this is kind of why I wanted the Wyvern mid. But Sin bottom, actually, he's going to get caught out a little bit. The Techies is going to fall before the Winter Wyvern, and now Sin has to be in a little careful. Throws the Blood Grenade up, kind of hoping the Undying's going to die. He's going to get run down by the Monkey King. And Pan does get vision through the trees, has a Culling Branch to cut the tree down. Doesn't use it, though. And it's going to be a 1-for-1.
Not the worst thing to come out of it. I think the Blood Grenade got a little wasted, but...
Yeah, it might be a panic, like, I gotta use this, I'm gonna die, but sometimes dying with consumables is better than spending them. Gotta hold the button.
Just hunting couriers.
Wait, he's just killing couriers? Are they trying to get level 3 on Tide? So he gets, like, 1-1-1?
I think so. I think that's the play.
Well, there's no bash on this charge, so the Spirit Breaker really isn't going to have an impact. This Gucci's going to come out, and this level 3 Weaver... The levels on these, on the safe lane as Sashenka, he might be going down. He's a little bit too forward. Tense, though, gets bashed or charged underneath the tower. He's going to end up going down. Maybe the tower hits come through, and the completely ballsy play. Gush is going to follow up. He has a wand for Anchor Smash. He does end up doing it at the drizzle. Completely misses on the dual breath, or so I thought. He is going to get the kill, or get the off, but you dove a tier 1 for a level 1 Bara?
He was really pissed about that courier kill.
I think so. I mean, that doesn't seem worth it
No.
in the slightest.
You're gonna feed the Tidehunter who's gonna get a Vanguard before you get any items? I mean,
Yeah, and then you're gonna get charged bottom. Also, Angry Sun is gonna hit the blast off and miss, though. He's gonna go down. Winter Wyvern now getting healed up a little bit. Berries might be in a little bit of trouble. Pan is gonna chase the monkey. Doesn't have tree dance, so he can't be with his friends, and it's another good rotation and play by this Bara, who gets a kill on the carry and then immediately goes down and it makes his carry a little bit more comfortable.
You know, we talked about this, like, actually right before we started casting. The Spirit Breaker's a fucking menace as a hero right now.
He is. I mean, he just establishes so much of your map. If you're caught out even just a little bit, he can punish you, and he's literally level 2. Like, he's gonna get this urn, which I don't think is the right play. Prefer maybe a different sort of set of items to lead into an Octarine core or something like that, but it is a position 4 bar, so maybe he's not thinking about the bigger items.
I mean, you could go for like a Solar Crest this game. I think that would be more than enough.
Sort of punish the low armor supports. Or I guess
I
the
mean,
Undying is a support, so yeah, the low armor supports for sure.
you can throw it on Winter Curse, you can throw it on Duel,
Mm-hmm.
make a difference in these game-changing ultimates.
Especially ultimates that have these sort of small moments in them that can really make or break them. Like Duel especially is one of those ults that kind of requires as much advantage as possible in the early stages if you want to get the most out of it. And
Speaking of Duel, Legion.
oh, bottom though, Winter Wyvern. Sorry to cut you off. Pan is trying to get the Undying, but the Wyvern was caught out, and there is gonna get. This Undying might actually go down. The Slow's gonna be there. He's gonna die. Sin trying to TP out, but the Vision is gonna be there from the Techie's Mine. And even still, there's a rotation from the OD with an Astral Imprisonment. They see him with the ward though, and he's gonna get the heck out. Meanwhile, top, the Tidehunter does end up going down. Probably to a Dual Breath plus Weaver, Shikuchi. A lot of damage coming out there. Man, I don't know. This Wyvern pick really early
Legion
on
coming
feels
top
like.
with the Duel.
Yeah, they have a
Oh.
charge out onto the Weaver. He's just gonna dive the tower. Oh my Q was so big. Oh
That
my
was some
goodness.
fucking damage.
How much damage was that? I can't even tell. It doesn't show.
I missed out on
What?
the fight recap, but that was.
I
That was
tried
insane.
looking at the fight recap. It didn't show it. Oh, it was like 600 damage.
That's oh.
That's disgusting.
And just like that, Legion's back in it.
Yeah,
Hard
that's
lane doesn't matter.
hard. Lose lane, win game. You know what I'm saying?
29 last hits to 45, and now you have 10 damage. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, but they're gonna die here. I mean, King Bob
Oh, yep.
gonna drop the rock.
There goes
And-
the lead.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think.
I will say. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you can.
Oh, I was just gonna comment on the fact that the Sweaver has 18 denies.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Oh, Monkey King.
He's
saved by
fine.
the one, but.
Yep.
Little
They dropped the. Yeah, they dropped the Tombstone too. The tree is gonna get healed up. And
Hero.
this Techies is gonna try to keep going. A little bit of a miss though on the Splinter Blast, and Techies is gonna be fine. Sin might end up going down here, and he does. Barry took a little bit too much damage, and now Gazelle at the top lane. He's gonna get gone on too, and that's gonna be 3 dead on the side of Yoinky Sploinky.
A game going so good, it's gone wrong so fast.
Yep. The Legion is gonna build a Blade Mail first item. Maybe just wants to get some of those early dual kills,
Oh
right?
yeah, because if you duel the OD, if they have the Arcane Orb on autocast, sorry, I don't know what's happening. You're getting a free fight. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like that might be the case too. And Legion does have a double damage. I feel like he literally could have just dueled the OD there. Like that's how much of a difference it makes. And they do have Winter Wyvern here too, so they might try to go for this. But
a little bit too slow.
there's no catch. Yeah, and
Monkey
now
King going down again.
yeah, the Monkey King lane is not. I mean, he does have an orb of corrosion, but with no support, you kind of just fall to the burst damage. Monkey King is one of those heroes that if he can live through the burst and get a surprise Q off to full health, then everything's fine. But if you die too fast, it's not great.
Yeah, and they're still not doing that bad. They're holding up.
I mean, they're trying to, but the CS lead is starting to build, and
Yep.
Now the Tide, who's not even level 6, is going to get gone on, and does have that Kraken Shell, but the damage is going to be there. So it's going to try to keep him alive with the help, though, and the Orb is going to be there on top. Probably going to get the kill here on Gazelle. Sturm, nowhere in sight, but has the Blade Mail finish. Is probably going to look to get that kill, and now bottom. The Monkey King gets a kill on the Undying, and they're going to keep going. King Bob might be the one in trouble. The Ice Path is going to hit onto 3. I don't think it really matters. And now King Bob with the Blade Mail duel, the damage is going to be there. He's going to go. He's going to go down. The ult also onto Jakiro from Sashenka. They're going to chase. Wyvern is there. There's no slow. There's no stun, but they don't need it. Oh, but the Techies comes in with the ultimate. He's level 6. He's going to show why he's really dangerous. And the Wyvern now is probably going to end up going down. Gazelle still does not have level 6, despite it being 10 minutes. And even though it was a good fight for Yoinky Sploinky, I feel like Dark Horse got a little bit more than they should have out of that fight.
They're maintaining a gold lead, but they went down 2k from it. It definitely was not in their favor. Yoinky Sploinky leads with the XP gain out of that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they're
and the
gonna
gold
look for more.
Yep.
I was meant to have this.
Arctic Burn, the charge.
Oh,
Undying.
You're not coming out of this one,
Guys.
friend.
He is what we call in the industry fucking dead, but he's also
maybe.
alive. No, he's gonna get bashed up.
Oh, Techies.
And the Techies jump! It's a disaster. The Ravage comes out. He's gonna die.
Oh my god. They take the Tide with them, but I don't know how you walk away from that feeling okay.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
That's rough. To let
Oh
that
my
happen to you.
goodness. That's actually so sick. I didn't know that could happen.
Oh yeah.
And the deny bottom. Oh my goodness. Dark Horse, their tilt skip factor is on a 3 out of 10 right now.
Maintaining a lead, but not mentally.
No. Complete
And
mental obliteration.
The Undying walks back in.
Yeah, he's got the Tombstone, though. There isn't going to be a Ravage. The S-Path is only going to hit on a 1, and they're trying to kill the Tombstone, but the ult is really only going to be for that. There's nothing else really that Gazelle can do besides skip and jump away. There is a charge available. He's going to go onto the Undying. Might be a little bit of a commitment, though. The Monkey King decides that he's going to show up with no with no Tombstone available. The ult's going to be dropped. They're going to get the kill there. These are the kind of fights that you need to keep him lead, but the Tidehunter, he's going to get caught up, probably going to go down as the Techies jump. He's going to hit onto 2, and the Monkey King might have been a little bit too close. He dodges the Mind Blast, but it's too much damage.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, and the Spirit Breaker, he gets out.
Yeah, the other benefit of having this Winter Hero on any role is you can just defend towers with it.
Yep.
Just throw down Splinter and...
That thing is standing on its last brick.
No, I just want to talk a little bit about the itemization because this Weaver is going to have his Maelstrom pretty soon, in like 15, 16 minutes. And this Monkey King barely has Phase Boots or Corrosion. I mean, his Echo Saber is going to be quite a ways away. He's been fighting quite a bit. His farm's a little lacking, and this might be where a lot of the net worth depreciation is.
Oh,
There's a Blink Duel, though! Onto the mid OD. I don't think the hook bar is dropping fast enough for the win, but it is dropping fast enough for the kill, and Storm is going to go down because of those Techies. Dizzle is going to be here, so they're going to catch Sin out. They drop the Tombstone. They get a lot, but it's going to be 2 dead for the side of Yoinky Sploinky.
I think this is heading into the timing, though, where the Monkey King can just AFK, hit some creeps, because that Blink Dagger's out 14 minutes on, you know, the Legion. Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Blade Mail. It's gonna hurt a little bit.
The OD does not have Arcane Orb on multicast, probably knowing the damage that can come out. And now Pan and the Weaver are fighting, but I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think the Weaver wins this.
Oh no.
as he uses his ult already, and Sin is available. They're gonna keep going. I think they know he went up. They don't see him actually, so he's gonna be fine. But he can't out man fight a Monkey King in most situations.
They're looking at the Undying again.
Yes, they are. There is no tombstone available. They get the
Oh.
blink duel on a Jakiro. That's gonna be a kill without. But the Tanky's jump does happen. They get the ult. They get the Ravage also. They turn it around, and now Barry. He's very angry about this fight.
Very
He's gonna
angry,
walk
but
away. Very angry indeed, and Spiritbreaker is gonna be here. They have the
Oh,
Weaver
Monkey King.
also with no ult. They get the stun out onto the Undying. They're just gonna chase him forward. There's no follow-up. I don't think it's all 5 of Yoinky Sploinky are here, and now they're in complete get the heck out mode as Tints gets a double kill with his bugs. And I think Yoinky Sploinky just stayed a little bit too long on that engagement.
yeah. After the Monkey King ult misses, you gotta walk away.
Oh, I don't think it missed as much as they had no way of keeping them in. I mean, you have your Echo Saber done, but that's not enough, and your Spirit Breaker had just charged, so...
And the ulti was on cooldown, which didn't
Yeah,
help.
yeah. Maybe you get the kill there on the, oh my goodness. Speaking of the Spirit Breaker, he is...
Alive?
completely fine. Yeah, he's completely fine. Who cares? There's gonna be a duel out of the Weaver. He's gonna maybe live. Nah, he's dead. He can't live through that. He deals too much damage to himself and the tombstone also.
300 gold, baby.
It's actually like 700 gold because of the tombstone too. Monkey King's... I mean, this Techies is having a completely outstanding performance this game. He is rocking his socks off.
Have to be careful though.
Yeah. He does have one reactive taser, so he'd probably be able to burst the Monkey King down. And they're looking for the OD. They see him though. Oh, I don't know if I would have went down like that.
He
The
gets away
OD
with it.
Astrals himself.
That is a little embarrassing.
That's probably not what you want to do. I will say the vision from Dark Horse is a lot better than the vision for Yoinky Sploinky.
Oh, definitely.
Though the priorities are different. Yoinky Sploinky really want to control these portals, and Dark Horse want to control the enemy jungle, so... Really interesting to see how these two different sort of vision playstyles occur. And Undying now has an egg interceptor at 17 minutes. He is going to be stealing so much strength.
Yeah, he's gonna...
It's like a 1,000 gold's worth of strength every person he hits. And the bar is going to be the first target. He does have bulldoze though. The Ravage is going to come out onto 4 even, but now he's caught in no man's land underneath the tombstone. The duel's going to hit onto the OD. There's no follow-up though. He's going to go down. Storm doesn't have anything, any way to help. Sin is going to be here. Doesn't have anyone to drop the ult on. Drops the ult on Techies. Is going to try to get the kill, and they do. But no Monkey King available for the ult, and I mean, you drop the Ravage, you drop the charge, but in the end, you're kind of getting out farmed a little bit.
Yeah, they needed to apply the ultimates a little bit more strongly there. If they ultied the OD while with Winter's Curse while they were all gathered around like that, I feel like that would have been a kill.
If you just managed to layer your ults a little bit more, maybe you find it, but the Monkey King wasn't quite there for an ultimate, and it felt like the Ravage was used and there was no follow-up. The Legion used duel, there was no follow-up. There just was no follow-up throughout all of those engagements. And now Monkey King might be in trouble. He does have trade now, so he's fine.
You know, he's gonna get out of it. But
Yeah, he's completely fine.
starting to play grouped up, starting to keep a lead going.
Yep. They know what tree he's in, actually. They
Oh.
drop the Ice Path. It's gonna miss. That's gonna miss too, but they get the bugs out on him. Now he's gonna pop the ultimate. There's no Ravage available, but he's just gonna man up, and he's gonna go down. The Blink Duel is gonna hit onto the Undying. I
Oh,
think
no
he's
stuns
gonna
this
go
time.
down. Nope, no stuns. No Winter's Curse, though. As Sin takes a fall, and you lose your carry and your Wyvern for An off lane Undying.
Yeah, but I think the difference is in scaling. Because Dark Horse, whether they like it or not, they're on a time limit until this LC starts one-shotting you in these fights.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, you're not going to be able to just, orb out of it. You're not going to be able to taser through it. You're not going to be able to stun through it. It's going to happen, All LC has to do is get 100 dual damage, and these supports are going to start falling.
But, I mean, these fights are going so well for Dark Horse because of this vision. Like, complete control and complete... They just know everything that's happening. Like, Sin is invis underneath her tier 2 tower, and they saw it, and the Legion dies mid.
Yeah.
And now they see Monkey King because of the ward. And he's probably going to end up going down here. He tries to get out. Does have another Trees Head Dance available. Sashenka has a Shadow Blade, so he's going to get out. And now the OD comes in. The Monkey King is going to be available. They get the Macropyre, though. And now Monkey King's kind of stuck in no man's land. They drop the Ravage. There's, again, no follow-up, though. And the Wyvern is available. He's going to get stuck before they can pop the ult. And the Techies is going to go down, but Sashenka has to get out, and he does. But another bad fight. Another Ravage used that doesn't turn into anything.
It's starting to show there's a massive lack of communication, I feel like. Some people seem to want to fight, others don't, and it's hurting.
Mm-hmm.
It is hurting.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick.
This is a big problem with a lot of amateur teams, is that you sort of need to pick someone you trust to make the right call at the right time.
Yeah.
And everybody, like, we're so used to playing our little ranked games where you have to look out for yourself. But this is a team game, man. You gotta trust your team. If the person you trust says go in, you gotta trust them to go in. And if you all die, I mean, that's fine. It was the wrong call, but at the end of the day, you trusted them. Right?
Oh, yeah. I can get behind that.
That's a lot more important than losing one game. You will win many more games by trusting the instinct of a player you feel you find instinct is very valuable in a game like this.
They're gonna look top, I think, for another duel.
Yeah, but again, the vision is just out of this world. The duel! Oh my goodness, Weaver had just popped Sakuchi in time not to get dueled. Now the Legion has to walk away in dismay. Wyvern is going to be alive, and they get the ultimate down onto the OD. Maybe this is the opening they're looking for. There isn't going to be a Ravage, and they get the Macropyre down onto the Monkey King, but this OD is stuck in the middle of his ultimate. I feel like this is not the place that he wants to be. The right clicks aren't gonna be there. The Techie stun is gonna hit, but the Weaver is gonna die on the side to the duel. It's a 4-for-1, and all Yoinky Sploinky get out of it is a duel victory, as they were completely fighting under the vision again of Dark Horse.
Yeah. They've been caught into this little trap where they feel like they have to play very defensively, and they're getting stuck under these towers that, they're gonna die under. They're not getting these ults off. That's, I think, the second or third fight in a row this Wyvern ult has not come out.
I mean, at the end of the name of the game is vision. Like, this ward has won Dark Horse probably the last 3 fights.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding. Like, they need to get a support up there with the sentry to kill it immediately. Like, I would use a smoke for that.
Yeah, I think you can.
And even, like, sacrifice your support's life for it, because you're just losing too many fights underneath this ward. And all of Dark Horse are protecting it. They're just 4-man underneath this ward, completely controlling this part of the map. And now the charge is going to be there under the Undying, but I feel like this is not a place you want to fight still.
Nope. Just let the Monkey King. I mean, they're doing what they should be doing. I feel like just let the
Yeah.
Monkey King farm. Let them hold the spot and lose out on golden XP. I think that is the play.
And then you just try to farm as efficiently as you can. They even Sin even circles it on the mini map, saying, "Hey guys, they have this part of the map. Don't go there."
Not worth it.
And then draws the line to push bottom. So, as I said, taking some control over this game, Sin is starting to make some very appropriate calls, understanding the kind of advantage that Dark Horse are in. And I mean, with a level 17 OD that basically had a completely free lane, who does also have Arcane Orb on the toggle now. And Sin will try to sacrifice your life for this ward, but doesn't quite get it. And I actually think that's worth it, I'm not even kidding. But the Legion Commander is going to be here with the duel onto the OD, and this is easily enough damage. That's perfect. Exactly what you need to do.
No Kara's tower. Just find kills where you can.
Like, they're not taking this tier 2 tower top, and even if they do, you're not going to defend it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the Weaver's kind of poor compared to the rest of his team.
I know. And, like, he's going to get this Lincoln Sphere that we were talking about, so he can't really get dueled, but you have an urn already available. You have a Diffusal Blade on the
BKB on Monkey King now too.
Yeah, there's a BKB on the Monkey King, as you said, with the Echo Saber and the Orb of Corrosion, so the Macro Pyre isn't going to do anything to him anymore. He's actually wants to go in and defend this, and he's going to with this BKB. He jumps in immediately, pops the BKB. Now they're going to hit on a Barry. Barry, what the curse? A little questionable. But the Ravage is going to be there. There might be follow-up this time. Barry is going to end up going down, but the Ice Path into the mines. This Weaver in a little bit of trouble, and I mean, I know how difficult Wyvern is, but that is not...
No, not the
Not it, Chief. Not it, Chief. But that's okay. They still kill one. They do end up losing their tower, so at least they get something out of it. And this Wyvern will try to live. I don't think they will, though. The charge is going to be there. There's no duel available, though. The the Blade Mail's going to come out, though, as well as the slow. And this Aghanim Scepter on OD being available now means that it can more comfortably live through some of these situations. Yeah. I feel like Arcane Curse is something that you just have to use on the techies before he jumps in, you know?
Yeah.
But getting to that position is very difficult considering you don't have a Force Staff or anything. So it's a little difficult to play this Wyvern now that you're this far behind, and you try to help, you try to catch out the Weaver, try to catch out the Jakiro with the ultimate onto the Undying, but they both walked out of the vision, out of the range just in time, and it makes you look silly. But I do see where it was coming from.
I think you just set up on either the Jakiro or the Undying with the curse, and then
Yeah.
try to find something from there. But I don't think you're throwing it on cores anymore.
No, unless it's a core next to like a Weaver.
Yeah.
You know. You pop. I mean, even then, Weaver doesn't do that much damage. Probably an OD target, right? Because does OD cast Arcane Orb when he's hitting someone?
I think so. If he has it on autocast, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Radiant does not like Dire's bottom tower, and it shows.
But we're back here again. Now they're at the tier 3s, not taking the tower.
Things are looking dire.
They have.
They decided to take Tormentor first.
They could just win the game right now.
The push is coming, and it is completely possible that they want to win this game right here, right now, before this Legion Commander gets out of control. The BKB duel is going to be, or the duel is going to be available for the Techies TP. This ward actually doing something for the Yoinky Sploinky for once, as they tried to kill the Monkey King, and now it's going to be the Spirit Breaker who has to try to get out. He has Bulldoze available. He's easily going to make it. there is a Wukong's command available, but the call is get the heck out. You are not making it.
And just like that, no more push. They're getting baited so hard.
They
And
got
it's
really
keeping
beited.
Yoinky in the game.
And now
Yoinky
Legion
has-
Commander has a Silver Edge for I don't know what he's trying to break, but
I think just the damage and the crits.
it could be just the damage. Yeah.
You know,
Also a positioning tool, maybe.
extra
You can tell
escape.
Dyer's middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed. As
Now, you haven't talked about the itemization of this OD very much, but I feel like that's because he's been going pretty standard items, right?
Yeah.
Like you got the Witch Blade, you have the Aghanim Scepter.
really taking a beating.
What item do you think they're gonna go for next? BKB, Hex? What's your vibe?
I think Hex. I think Hex is always the way right now. Usually that's what the game devolves into.
Mm-hmm.
Either a Hex, maybe, let's see what this Weaver's got. Something damage for the Weaver, I think, is coming soon.
I think that is the only appropriate thing you can do, but the problem is you're doing it into a Legion Commander, right? So you have to be a little careful.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Satanic.
They're gonna get big soon.
Yeah.
You know, they've been getting big for all these.
This
fights.
OD's a little bit out of position, though. The charge is going to be here, and the OD might get caught, but he does have his Astral, and now he's going to get out. Sin might be the one in trouble, actually, as they try to get out also. This Courier is available for the Tide, literally in the middle of the trees. Okay, he's going to walk away. But Sin, she's dead. Gazelle looking like he's dead, too. The Ice Path is going to land, but this Kraken Shell is not going to be anywhere close to enough. And now the high ground push probably happens.
A lot of ults thrown though, and no, I mean they can push mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks. Man, Radiant
Two ults
does not
used.
like Dyer's bottom
You
tower.
don't have a Weaver ult for another, what, like 17, 15 seconds?
Radiant's middle
Oh.
tower
There's a Blink duel! That is so fast! I don't think you have any follow-up for this, though, my friend. You're going to go down to the Jakiro completely covering for his core.
pile of smoking rocks. Man,
And that felt a little forced, even if you did get the kill.
Yeah, you should have just waited, let the tower go, wait for your wyvern.
Yeah. Now you're going to lose one laner X.
just fell.
Monkey King took the tier 2,
Pretty
but
cold move, Dyer.
by the time he gets back, they're going to be gone. Or no, they're being greedy with
No, they're being really greedy, and this Wyvern does have ult. I feel like you just pop it on the Undying. Yep, exactly what I would have done. But the save is going to be there from King Bob. The Monkey King ult is going to be there. Probably a Ravage also. And with this BKB, Barry might be in a little bit of trouble. The the charge is going to be on the back line. This OD completely wrecks the Tide, and now it looks like Pan is next. This Monkey King goes down. King Bob completely slapping this game, opening it up, and a 17,000 gold lead might be just too much of a hurdle.
Yeah, I think the game is too far gone.
I think so too. And it kind of felt promising a little bit for Yoinky Sploinky early on, but unfortunately, I think Dark Horse might have just had a little bit of a stronger game.
Definitely a better draft in the hands. I didn't expect it, I'm not going to lie. But I think left to their own devices, you know, the itemization went insane.
I think the execution wasn't quite there, but the dual damage is going to be there. I mean, you're still going to go down because there's an Aegis, but I feel like they might need to look at their off lane because this Tide was 1 in 12. And that's not necessarily the Tide Hunter's fault, but it was a last pick, I believe, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if your last pick is 1 in 12, that's probably not a good sign. The Monkey King does come out, though. Maybe there's something here. There is no Megas still. And the Winner's Curse hitting onto this OD. The damage is really good. And the Monkey King does have his BKB going. He's still going to go down, though. This OD is, I think, a little bit too strong. They call it. It's game. The throne is getting hit. And Dark Horse showing that they're kind of a Dark Horse.
Tough game, but I mean, I don't think I think Yoinky made a point. You know, we're here to win, and they're gonna play like it.
Well, they're gonna play like they're trying to.
Oh, of course.
I mean, whether or not they do win is completely up to
Well,
them.
yeah.
But I mean, some points of constructive criticism for them. Obviously, their team fighting was not very good.
No.
And a lot of it was due to the vision advantage of the Dire. But like, if my support is dewarding in the middle of a team fight with like all spells off cooldown, I consider that like the best thing you can do, because your right clicks aren't going to do anything to a carry or something, right?
No. Not in the slightest.
And I mean, like, besides the performance by this Legion commander, quite respectfully, nobody really did anything.
Yeah. I believe this winter kind of griefed the game a little bit more than it actually helped. Especially at the turning point,
Yes.
they could have run through them, but that winter curse, you're gambling on it.
Sometimes you have to make the cocky play, and sometimes the cocky play doesn't work out. But this OD had basically a free game. I mean, you're up against a Mikey King, a Spirit Breaker, a Tide, a Legion,
Poor melee that you can just throw away.
right click, yeah. And this Shakiro too saved a lot of duels. As much as we're criticizing Yoinky Sploinky, I think we do have to give a lot of credit to Dark Horse Storm for.
Oh, absolutely. Their plays were insane this game, I feel like.
They were, yeah. This techies is a problem and needs to get banned, I think.
Yeah. Looking into game 2, they might learn from it. Maybe we'll see Techies OD, and then they'll problem solve with meta.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But again, like that techies had too many like 3-man stuns, right? Like that's something you literally dropped a Sand King for, or Slardar, and he was doing in the 4 position with the Magic Burst on top. I think techies is a little bit too strong right now, in my opinion.
Oh, he's been strong. They didn't even nerf him. All they did was take away a silence and make it a stun.
Well, people are figuring out that people are just starting to figure out the combo, right? You go in, you hit the takeoff or whatever, and then you just drop all 3 of your proximity mines around yourself.
Yeah.
And like if you're tanky enough to live through that, then the techies is useless basically, because he just dies. But if you can't and you're in this position like this game, then he really shows off his danger.
I mean, you see a Techies, you just pick like Undying, you pick Ogre, you pick Disruptor. You pick heroes that make his jump worthless. Because there are strange interactions with like the gate.
Or you pick Spirit Breaker and bash him during jump.
Yep. Primal Beast.
Yeah.
Grab him out of the air like a snack and pummel him.
I mean, I can definitely see Yoinky Sploinky. Sorry, I have a mouthful of chicken.
No, it's all good.
I can see a world where Yoinky Sploinky win that game, right?
Oh, definitely. It was very flip-floppy looking until, one lost team fight became 5, and 5 became 10, and now they're at your throne, and you have nothing.
Yeah. Felt like I don't think they they did a smoke play once, right?
No, they were never together for a team fight.
Yeah.
Up until, no, actually, there wasn't a team fight. Back in draft, though.
10 seconds.
Let's see what
Sorry about
Yoinky
that.
will ban this time.
Yeah, we'll see if they get the techies out of the way or not. I do really think the techies was a big problem this game. Oh, they think the Undying. Yeah. Okay,
Dark Horse
so
bans the techies.
okay. I think it's because of first pick.
Yeah.
Radiant gets to ban.
So Wind Ranger Undying. The Spirit Breaker. Okay, are Yoinky Sploinky gonna go tryhard or are they gonna go memes? I think that's a big question on everybody's mind right now.
Oh yeah.
10 seconds left. Well, 8 now.
I believe this first pick will
Radiant knows just who to pick here.
show
on
us.
Kind of show.
Silence.
I don't know actually.
Yeah,
It
this
might-
can go both
yeah.
ways.
I mean, Silencer is pretty good at stopping team
10
fights.
seconds.
And if you're struggling in those, then like
5
just
seconds.
dropping a global
Radiant.
silence halfway through a fight can really mess with the tempo. My cat tries to eat chicken.
Jakiro pick up again.
10 seconds. Just long enough to regret every choice you've made if you hurry.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I
5
guess.
seconds.
Now, I might not have the same impact because it's picked a lot
All right,
earlier,
Dyer's turn.
but Jakiro Viper, if I'm the carry, I want to end it all.
I'm crying, dude. This is actually a pretty good Lifestealer game though. Like already.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
What? Like, I guess you just pick Lifestealer or something?
Yeah, Lifestealer and you just hit them. And they die.
Okay, so you go Lifestealer, but then there's a lot of counters on the table still, right?
Tinker.
Okay, so
Huh.
Radiant's up. Banning time.
Thoughts?
I guess the only
Dyer gets to ban.
Spirit Breaker is banned?
It is another global presence hero after TP boots. Well, before it on 6.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Okay. I'm trying to process this pick. There's still Storm Spirit in the pool. But that's not a great hero. Right now, I don't think.
It's okay. It's not
Visage
terrible.
Visage is pretty good against Silencer Tinker. Zeus is still in the pool, but kind of sucks against Silencer.
I feel like banning Juggernaut is a poor choice. He's not a good core right now. So there's something they're looking for
10
here.
seconds.
Both of those heroes
5
can
seconds.
burn mana, I
4,
guess.
3, you get it.
Maybe they want to go.
Tinker can purge, too. Can purge Viper ulti, I believe,
Huh.
because of the defense matrix.
Yeah, but I feel like Tinker goes eggs built this game?
All right.
Or I
Dyer
mean
gets to
Viper?
ban. Radiant gets to ban.
Right? Viper goes eggs and then Tinker dies.
Maybe.
It's just a lot of like magic resistance for your team, right? From the rockets.
Yeah,
Radiant's turn
but
to pick.
it's gonna be a big game of catch me if you can. regardless
choice.
of.
That's true.
Let's give him a second.
Anti-mage.
Okay, well, I mean, the Anti-Mage is an obvious counter to both Silencer and Tinker.
But now this puts Dark Horse in a position where they can be ultra countered, because I think you can still just pick up Lifestealer, jump inside, Tinker, bounce around the
10
map.
seconds.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
They did bet the Legion Commander, which is probably his worst matchup.
Dyer's turn to pick.
So, oh yeah, it's global time
Oh,
for Yoinky Sploinky. So I mean, Tinker, Silencer, Dawnbreaker. Trying to think of a global carry you can pick. Meepo?
Ember.
10 seconds.
Yeah, but Ember's not good against.
No, but neither is Tinker into
Yeah.
Viper Jakiro.
Yeah. Think of the if you go friggin' Ember into Jakiro Viper, I think you just end yourself. Like your game is done already before it started.
Omni Knight. Get Ags on him. That's global. That counts.
I don't know. Well, I guess that counts because Tinker needs a 4,000 gold item to be considered global.
Yeah.
But then what if you lose or win before you get eggs on Omni? Then it's not a true
No, of course
global
not.
win,
Well,
right?
the
Yeah.
real win is the items we've built along the game.
Yes, the Ogre Axe Omni Knight is the new meta.
Of course, of course.
Of course. How did I not think of that?
Radiant knows just who to pick here, I'll bet.
Spectre.
Yep, that's a global hero.
It's alright.
It's really bad in the Viper though.
Beats AM.
All right, Dyer gets the ban.
You're given and taken here, I feel like.
It's a mid A. It's a off lane A. It's a mid AM.
I would wager a mid AM.
I would also wager mid AM.
Radiant gets
I
the
think
ban.
mid AM might do
Dyer
well
gets
against
the
the
ban.
Tinker, and I think Yoinky Sploinky think that too as they ban out the Earthshaker.
They better hope that's not a Tinker 4, because that'll be a little embarrassing playing into a Dawnbreaker mid.
Yeah. But
10 seconds.
there's like, I think there's some options for Yoinky Sploinky in their draft still, even if they're not obvious, because you can still pick up your 5 or your mid, right? So your Tinker doesn't need to be a mid, but
Radiant's up. Dyer's
it's weird if it's not. As Dark Horse Storm, ban the Zeus out, an obvious mid also, but
Yeah.
not really getting it against AM. Maybe you go
You can play Zeus
Blood.
offlane now.
Maybe you go Bloodseeker into Slark AM, right?
Well, 8.
Yeah.
That's a global hero with Thirst.
You could go
5
Bloodseeker.
seconds.
I think Bloodseeker might be the best bet, and just play it off lane and go like
Radiant knows
Bloodstone
just who to pick
Eggs.
here, I'll bet.
Mirana.
That actually might be better.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen the builds, but
I'm Cave Johnson.
like
Welcome
I'm
to
assuming
Cave
that's
Johnson.
either a mid Mirana or
what the heck is happening, dude?
Alright.
What is... Okay, hold on. It's a mid Medusa, offlane AM, with a pause 4 Viper, and a carry Slark.
Incredible, dude.
And then it's a mid Tinker, or sorry, it's a mid Spectre, offlane Dawnbreaker, carry Mirana, and a pause 4 Tinker with a pause 5 Silencer. What is Why mid Spectre? Hold on. What is the build? What are you doing on mid Spectre? Dagon?
Could be.
I feel like maybe you don't even do that. I feel like you just go normal items. Like if you get a Diffuser Blade, right?
Oh yeah, you still. I mean, you still go blade mail defusal. I feel like. I think that.
I just feel like Viper like is built for this kind of thing though. Like you try to go on him and he just doesn't care about what you're doing at all.
I mean, what the issue is going to come down to for this Viper is for one 22,000 gold item and or 2,200 gold item and 1,400 gold in the bank. You're being dealt 200% damage or some shit like that through blade mail
Yeah.
and dispersion becoming inactive. You know, it becomes a lot less scary.
I am very bedazzled by this combination of build of heroes. This is going to be the kind of game, I'm calling it right now, that either goes to like 70 minutes or it goes to like 25.
You ready? Let's do
And
it.
I don't think there's an in between at all in the slightest, because like Dark Horse built to scale, Yoinky Sploinky built to scale. I just don't know what is gonna happen. There's another 5-man spoke, but they go the wrong way this time. Okay, so let's see. Let's see these builds. King Bob, probably a mid. Pins, Barry, yeah, he's got 2 sets of tangos, and then you got Jakiro. Barry offlane. I feel like Spectre does nothing against an offlane AM.
Definitely.
And Spectre
Oh, Spectre, not where you want to be.
is not in the good of spots. He's gonna get blood grenaded. Click down. The leech is gonna be there, but he's gonna get first blooded, and there's not much you can do there.
I mean, the kill gets stolen by the Jakiro, so no permanent
Yeah.
stacks on Slark just yet.
I'm really curious to see how this offlane is gonna go. As Mirana also caught out,
You're here because we want the best.
gonna take a lot of damage, and that's the carry, remember,
Ready to
so...
defend some ancients.
Oh, the mid!
Oh,
Wait,
you know, that's a
wait.
mid Marana.
Wait, that's a mid... Wait, well, hold on, wait. That's a mid Mirana. What? It's a mid Mirana. I am gonna be... I'm gonna level with you, dude. I'm being 100% real, no cap. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
This is Dota is happening right before our eyes.
This is Dota. There's a video game being played right now, and it is Dota. And this Spectre is getting tipped already because he literally can't approach the lane because of this Viper. This is exactly what I thought would happen. So maybe it is going to be it's going to be that like weird offlane AM build where you go like Vanguard plus Diffusal Blade probably.
Yeah. Yep, it's Vanguard is in queue.
So what did they do with Dispersion?
It now has an active when you buy Shard. That makes it like a blade mill, but it's
Oh, I see. They get the kill onto Tinker Bottom. Gazelle's just going to right-click pins down. And probably going to go down as well as the Fire Breath comes out. Gazelle does have a Q available, though. Dizzle might be in a little bit of trouble. The hammer's going to fly through. And Slark paused the game.
Spraying everywhere.
It was not a... My kid just threw up. Oh. That's really... Yeah, that's not good.
Unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate.
Oh, he's 16. Never mind.
Oh, well, I mean...
Yeah.
Tell him to go outside.
Whole big world.
Okay. Solving.
Right. While we're
Yeah.
in pause, I'm gonna go use the little caster and I'll be right back.
All right. Looks like I get to talk about how this Jakiro's is on a killing spree at 1 minute 33 seconds. And how AM and Medusa have 6 last hits each. This is already not looking good for Yoinky or Sploinker. Like, it's looking really bad. But there's always a chance, and where there's a will, there's a way. And where there's a way, there's a will. There's, you know, some starting items from the Medusa. Gonna go the Ring of Bassi plus Treads. Slark. Probably gonna look at filling out the wand and then maybe a stat item. Then you have your Jakiro is just gonna go Arcane Boots. And Spectre. Spectre's gonna go double Wraithband. Gonna try to be able to trade with the AM a little bit better, but with this Vanguard, I feel like you won't be able to do that. And this landing stage is just looking really rough for one team and not the other. As this Viper is completely dominating right now. The damage is gonna come through though onto Barry, but he does have Blink, and that's just gonna be enough probably. I just don't feel like there's enough here for Yoinky Sploinky in this lane. Spectre is just such a bad laner, and Aim could put out some damage if he wants to. So, meanwhile, mid Pan is in a lot of trouble. Trying to get this deny off. It's gonna get this rune. So is the Medusa. They're actually both pretty low. If you get an arrow plus a Starstorm, might be enough. I mean, no, not anymore.
No.
No.
Not with the water rune being taken.
No. Pan pops the wand, or the stick, I mean. Arrow's gonna fly through. If that landed, Medusa might have been dead, but Sin Top dies. And the Courier dies as well for the Viper. Pan, like, really needs this bottle. And I don't think Medusa knows how low his HP is, but he is in a lot better position. Oh, he's in a slightly less better position now with this tower hit. But he's in a pretty good spot to not die. If Mirana had arrow straight up, I think if he jumped on him with the Sacred Arrow plus the Starstorm, it might have been enough to kill King Bob. Oh, that bounce! Okay, they get the kill bottom though. I was too busy paying attention to mid. They do end up
more.
Yeah, they are. I don't know if the silencer is going to be enough to get that. And now the Viper's bottom straight up. So he's going to try to win the lane for bottom as well. Sin is just going to get right-click down here a little bit. They're going to go their separate ways.
Leave me alone.
I mean, it's a level 3 Spectre jungling. And an off-lane AM free farming. 15 denies!
Yeah.
At 5 minutes. And the Marauder's going to go in, actually. The second, he's not going to get lucky with the bounce. There's wand going to be available for King Bob. He does have a bottle, so I felt like he was strong enough to go in. And Slark dies again.
Ooh, Silencer is going to follow him.
Yeah, Silencer's going to... Yeah, Silencer's going to eat it, but I feel like you take that trade 20 times out of 10.
I mean, the fact that the Tinker lived despite all of that, I don't know.
I wasn't following, but I am following King Bob. He's getting really low. Oh my goodness, he was one hit away to death, and now he might have to do the walk of shame all the way back to base.
Yeah, Miranda
and
got
this
the bottle.
Yeah, this. Oh, he's gonna get the bottle refill too.
Oh my god.
Oh, Poggies. Dawnbreaker is gonna go in onto this Viper. Actually, gets the Q off, and now he's on his killing spree.
Oh yeah.
So the last hits are completely and utterly in favor of Dark Horse here. As AM is legitimately having the freest AM game I have ever seen. If he finishes this Vanguard, I'm going.
I mean, he should just go like a Midas. I feel like he just.
I would straight up, you go like Midas or Battle Fury right now. Like, you get it at 2 minutes. He's strong enough to kill Sin right now.
I mean, now he's
Oh my
wasting farm
goodness.
by
The
what? All right.
oh my!
That was insane, dude. How do you let that happen?
I think Silencer had boots. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? It's a level 2 silencer. They're probably hacking. Okay, this Medusa should not be able to be here.
That thing is standing on its last
Humble opinion. He's gonna get rocketed. The arrow's gonna fly through. They do have the vision. That's a little embarrassing.
Well,
Yeah. So Sin's gonna die. We're gonna talk about some action that's actually gonna happen. So looks like this Marana arrow is not gonna land. But something we're not talking about right now, maybe that's a positive, is King Bob dying. He's not dead or dying, but
not yet.
this Slark is level 4. So both of these carries, and I mean both of them legitimately, are having the saddest games I've ever seen.
Yeah, the offlanes in the mid are actually really equal right now.
Sort of. The last hits for Dark Horse are in the favor by a lot.
Yeah, the kill lead though is quite different.
Yeah. As Tense is going to go down, the leap isn't going to be there. He's going to get bursted.
Radiant's middle tower is about
And you can't really do that to a Spectre, can you?
No.
But Barry, he's going to walk under tower. There's a 3-man rotation coming up for this Spectre. The Ice Path isn't going to land, but that's a lot of slows, that's a lot of damage, and that's a lot of death. Meanwhile, mid, Marana trying to man-fight this guy. The arrow's actually going to get hit by a creep. Get down, Mr. Presidente, and Pan might have enough here to turn around. Doesn't have a leap available, so King Bomb is going to be fine, but he only has like 300 mana. But he does have a full wand, and I think that's what he's baiting with right now, as Pan might be overstaying his welcome a little bit. And Spectre TP top, only to get ran at again. I feel like this is not the play, but the Dealbreaker ulti is going to come down.
Marana's down.
Marana does die mid, and now you have a silencer available too. Angry Sun, this Viper, is going to be the one that's the target. He's going to go down to the silencer. +2 int, 6 int, right?
Yep. This is a very similar situation though to last game, except silencer is going to benefit off of all these kills. Doesn't matter how hard he feeds if you're getting a +2 out of it.
You can tell Dire's middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed.
That's true.
As I speak.
And
oh my, they're hurting that Slark, who's not even level 6 yet.
Yeah, he's not Slark. He's not level 6, so they can just harass him anytime he tries to get into the lane. He's level 6 now at 9 minutes, and he's actually farther ahead than the Spectre is. But I don't know if the Slark... I mean, Slark probably farms faster than Spectre too, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, he does.
Now that he has, he's got level 3 Dark Pact. You can purge basically anything from the silencer, so silencer poses no threat.
Although, something to consider, the Slark has died 2 more times than the Spectre.
And has, like, 20 CS.
Yep.
But the AM is going to build, as suggested earlier. He's going to defuse the blade next. I think this is a complete mistake, though.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot believe how you don't recognize how far ahead you are right now. I would literally swap roles with the Slark. I would just be like, listen, man, I love you, buddy, but your lane fucking sucked. And honestly, you're kind of useless to us right now. Just, like, build an egg or something.
Yep,
oh my goodness, he dies under tower. I would just be like, build support items, like, or pause 3 items, or whatever that looks like.
Auras,
You know,
get shard.
auras, yeah, get your shard. get a Holy Locket. I don't think Holy Lock. Oh, Sin might be dying though. Never mind. Sin was baiting the whole time. Barry does get the kill first though, but and now Sashenka's here. But you have no way of killing this AM.
That's exactly it, though. It's still a +2. I mean...
Yeah? No, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not. Well, in my heart, it's a +2.
And yeah, in our hearts. But you can't... According to Uno rules, you can't put a +2 on a +2.
Well, who's keeping count?
Uno are. Them.
Okay.
The Magrippire is gonna hit, but the Tinker just walks away. He's still walking away. The Marana ult is gonna be there. And there's no... Oh, the AM gets silenced, actually. They're gonna pop the Hanta as well. He's gonna get out. They did get the kill onto the Jakiro, though. They rotated everybody down, and all they got was him. But
that's worth it for the Spectre, though, just to be there and
get experience. Yeah. He's gonna get Blade Mail next. I feel like with Blade Mail, you can actually farm efficiently.
Oh, yeah. Blade Mail makes the hero work.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna go Blade Mail plus Diffusal.
Please. Hit 1.
Oh. Okay, you got 1. Got 2. This Viper is in a little bit of like what we call no man's land, as for some reason there's 2 supports for Yoinky Sploinky in the jungle. There's an arrow that's going to land. It actually hits onto the AM. I don't think there's going to be any follow-up, though. There's no global silence. There's nothing available. He's going to blink out. And Dizzle, now uncharacteristic miss.
That was very unfortunate to see. 2 deaths that could have been avoided by... You know, I've noticed the Warden is not here this game in the same way it was in Game 1.
No. And, like, these kills are in the lead for Yoinky Sploinky, and yet the money is in for Dark Horse, so I'm wondering if this is... No, this isn't a rare case of experience lead for one team and gold for the other. This is literally just one team is farming better than the other, but dying while they're doing it.
Yeah.
Middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Which is, I think, why I would have preferred this Slark as a +3, so you can fight with your team. He's gonna go 2 levels of Essence Shift. I feel like that's a mistake.
Yeah, no.
You generally go, yeah, 4-4-1-2 is the build. Except if you're offlane, I think you go like 2-2-1.
Yeah, this Tinker is gonna build like a core.
Yeah. And the Silencer does have global available, so if the AM blinks in, I feel like he just gets globaled, right? You have to be really careful.
And he can't be nuked down. They proved that they can actually kind of ruin him a little bit.
And the Murata was building a Diffusal Blade, decides to go for the Maelstrom instead, probably wants to Gleipnir. And King Bob is actually going to be the one that's going to get ran at. The arrow's going to fly through, he's going to get silenced also, so he doesn't have his ultimate available. The Global Silence is going to come out, and Medusa gets bursted mid, but Sin on the back line is going to get caught out. And now Barry onto the Tinker is going to get that kill, but he takes a lot of damage. And now there's a DD Murata with the arrows, right-clicking him down. He's going to live. Pan trying to kill this this Viper, and he will. So it's a 2 for 3. But you killed the enemy mid and their pause 4, and you lose your pause 3, and
2 support.
I feel like that's a super worth it. I thought that was super worth it for Yoinky Sploinky, but my recap is telling me completely otherwise. It's not even close either. So I feel like a dum-dum. But the Viper did the most damage that fight.
I feel like mentally that fight's gonna kind of put things in perspective a little bit, that yeah, they can just do that if you're not ready for it.
And the Tinker has a Phylactery ready. I think Dizzle might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get leaped on. The arrow goes up and hits the Viper. That was a really weird arrow. And the Marauders taking a lot of tower hits. Sin dies. They are going to don ult onto Pan to keep him alive. And now the Gazelle trying to create some space for the Marana. who does have Maelstrom finished. They also see Slark, and Slark should know that there's a ward because there's probably no way that it should be able to see him from where he was approaching. And he pings it out too. So they think it's up on the high ground, but it's actually not. So their dewarding is literally worse because of the Slark.
Yep.
Which is actually impressive because their warding before was really good. But now they have a lot of defensive wards. They aren't putting them in the same spots that I would like them to. And the Spectre is the first one to hit 3-digit. King Bob in a little bit of trouble. Gets stunned up. Has the ultimate popped, but you do have a global silence. He's going to try to get out. The global is going to be there. And the Slark isn't. Yeah, he is the leap forward. He has his ultimate. He's going to pop it. Going to try to TP out. Gazelle turned around.
Why would you do that?
I think he might have panic clicked. And they tip him. Of course. Very logical thing to do.
Not a bad exchange. I think this early on, it's not, you know.
No. Sin literally walked up and hit the tower once. But this AM, right? Like, this AM is really far ahead. Still AFK farming. Gonna get the Manta next, maybe to lock down on the Tinker, stop the global silence. Do you think that's the right call? I would ask, but Tins is in a little bit of trouble to get the arrow down onto this. Oh my goodness, what a double kill for Mirana.
Yeah, that damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
I mean, I think they need auras, and they don't have a team that builds them.
No, they don't have like. But like neither do Yoinky Sploinky. Like, who builds auras on that team? Dawnbreaker's going carry items like Vanguard plus. The Dawnbreaker ult actually gonna try to hit onto the AM. They don't have global silence available, so he's just gonna blink out. And
yeah, but AM's already feeling it. He can't even solo kill the Spectre after what a lane the Spectre had.
To be fair, Spectre doesn't really die to AM anyway, because Spectre doesn't care about his mana.
No.
Looks like Radiant's top tower is getting torn down.
That was an expensive TP cross. The Slark is gonna go in though onto Sin. Sin has the Shadow Blade available. They've got a dust, so he's gonna die. And Gazelle trying to get out the blink available from Barry with the Diffuser Blade. Gazelle has literally no mana to do anything. Pops an Arcane Blink, Arcane, but that's also not gonna be enough. And there's some permanent agi for Slark 7. No Haunt was used.
No Haunt, Tinker, Spectre farming. I think that's okay.
Spectre's going to get the Diffuser Blade also. It's actually a really big item for dealing with this Medusa. He's going to get a Radiance next. I feel like you probably just want to go like Manta Eggs.
Yeah.
Power him. Like, you wait until the Medusa uses ult, and then you Manta. You just like counter ult and Manta on top of her, and then
I mean,
she can't do anything.
The Shard is especially going to help against fighting Medusa. You know, you pop Blade Mail, you pop Dispersion, and all of a sudden,
don't look now, but
all of that damage does not matter.
And this Slark is really deep. They pop the Mirana ult, then the Global Silence is going to be there. This Dawnbreaker wants to go in knowing that there's almost nothing left. And this Haunt is going to be there too.
This is a disaster.
Hand is dominating. This Slark is going to die also. You lose your carry, your offlane, your support, and all you get out of it is a Tinker and some ults.
Tinker? That almost has blink, so it doesn't even matter.
Does it matter? It's a global team you're fighting into, man. I really think this Yoinky Sploinky draft, as much of a meme as it is, has the potential to really punish Dark Horse. They have 2 AFK farming heroes, Medusa plus AM, right? So they're not going to be involved in these fights. And AM isn't even going carry. He's just going like weird Vanguard plus Diffusal Blade.
I mean, he's building the Manta, but I don't know. Not against this team, I feel like.
Yeah, and the Slark is going to be here. He's got the Diffusal Blade, actually, so very possible that Tints is going to get one kill here. Well, Gazelle's going to try to TP up, but the ult's going to be there. And now Gazelle, he's slowed up. I think Yoinky Sploinky overstayed their welcome a little bit. The arrow's going to fly through, not going to hit on anybody. And Sin is probably going to be the next one to die. A dual breath hits, just one though. And yeah, she dies. So there was that advantage that you just had gone. And now they're going to turn out onto the Medusa, who has a wand if they need it. Panda's going to be the one going down probably. Is King Bob pops the wand, the damage is going to be there. It's not going to be enough. It's so close. Oh, so Shanka now the next one to fall.
Yeah.
An absolute disaster.
And the lead is now gone. Utterly and completely gone.
Yeah.
I feel like they just try to force things a little bit
I think
too hard.
they just tried to force things in different areas. Like, if Yoinky Sploinky just decided one time, let's smoke us 4 with Spectre ult on, like, available, I can promise you they would win that fight.
I mean, they could smoke his 3, and then Dom could find a way into the fight.
Yeah. But, I mean, speaking of finding a way to the fight, the Dawnbreaker finds the fight with his ultimate. The Global Silence is going to be there with the Animage, trying to get the kill, and he will onto the Spectre, but if he dies, it's definitely not worth it at all, as Pan is trying to find it. The arrow is going to give vision, and they see that the AM blinked. They're trying to find him. He has a blink available. He goes back up, though, and they find him. The Tinker, he has another blink available, but the root is he's gonna dodge the root actually, and this Tinker is trying to find him, but he's making so much space actually, it's ridiculous. He's just gonna keep blinking away, and the Slark available with the Shadow Blade, maybe gonna find Silencer. I don't know if this is quite the play you want to do. He's gonna get he isn't gonna get silenced up. He's gonna be fine. Gets the kill, and there's no catch.
Once again, and see now the wards are back in play, and they're winning these fights again.
Yep. They just have to play around their wards. As the Slark actually is going to go on Gazelle. He misses the pounce. He's actually kind of low. They pop the arrow onto his ultimate, but that stun is going to last basically the whole duration. He has a pounce available. Does end up pouncing, but there's a leap available for the Mirana also. Tints is in a lot of trouble. So much trouble, in fact, that he goes down. And it just feels like a carousel of throws.
Yep.
People getting caught out that shouldn't. There's, on the Viper, there's a Mage Slayer.
Okay. Why?
Why? That's a fantastic question, Lottie. Let's break it down. Magic resistance?
It's in your hero?
Yep.
I don't think the magic resistance is
I
gonna
don't
save
think
you from that.
I don't think it does. I mean, even Jakiro has a friggin' Rod of Athos.
I'm just not sure.
Dude, I'm running through the numbers, so, and Sin dies, but that's kind of, yeah, that's commonplace now. You need a 4-staff. Spectre is in, doesn't have a BKB, doesn't have a shard, and the silence on the Slark finds the kill.
And all of a sudden, just like that, it's worth it.
Yep. Medusa.
I mean, now you're still gonna push. Okay.
Forget I said that. Their bottom tower is in trouble. Man, Radiant does not like Dyer's bottom tower,
Medusa.
and it shows.
Hell no ultimate.
Nope, and is in a little bit of trouble, but this Jakiro is doing a really good job at zoning people out. Gazelle might be the one to go. I think the call is the back from Yoinky Sploinky. They do have a global, though. I think it's going to be a turn. They're looking to go. They do have a haunt available. Sark is going to be there in a few seconds. This Jakiro's getting low. Maybe they're waiting, and yes, they are. The Spectre does use the haunt, and the Global Silence is going to follow, so they will get the kill onto the Jakiro. This Medusa might be the one next, but that's a lot of damage. You do have the Blade Mill going from King Bob, though. The damage from this Medusa might be too much. The damage, again, just too tanky, too strong. Storm is trying to man fight, but that's not going to work, and they get 4 for 1, a 9,000 gold lead, and this Medusa's, I feel like, has climbed the hurdle.
Man, Radiant does not like Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, this
and it
this
shows.
it's going out of control now.
Dire's top tower is really
Yeah.
taking a beating. If you're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower, I'd put
This
on a hard-
this Medusa
I think
has Scotty.
I think the game is still winnable though.
10,000 gold lead for Dark Horse. I just don't see, like, I feel like the fight went really well for Yoinky Sploinky when they used Haunt plus Global Silence. I just think they went on the wrong target.
Yeah.
Think you need to really like shut down this Medusa, and the Spectre was the only one hitting her. I don't think that this Radiance is the way to go if I'm the Spectre. If I'm going to be completely honest,
No, I think
I really think you need the Manta
I think you pick up a
or the
Manta
Shard.
or even like a Nullifier.
Yep. Well, I actually don't know what the Nullifier
Hey,
does.
look who's back.
Nullifier makes it so they can't Yules, Force Staff.
Oh, fair, yeah. So their Base Slayer doesn't work?
Dire's
I
top
don't think
tower
so.
is really taking a beating.
Well,
I
it might,
think
it
it's-
might work because it doesn't. It's not a.
It's not
It's not a
a...
buff.
But doesn't Nullifier... I thought Nullifier did the thing where, like, items didn't work on your hero.
You know, I
You can
feel
tell
like an
Dire's
idiot.
middle tower is in trouble from the way it's
I feel like an
controlled
idiot,
at
too.
speed.
I think
No.
I'm the one that's wrong.
It just constantly dispels.
Oh, it's just a constant dispel. Okay, yeah. The AM is going to go out onto Pan, who needs to probably pop Moonlight if they want to live.
Oh.
Sick. Except for the fact that the Slark is there. Oh, dodges the pounce. Just use your ultimate, man. Thank you. It's a little bit late, though. They do have Dust. They have Vision for that, and now Gazelle might be the one in trouble. There's no Global Silence available, and this Tinker is going to be the one going down, as well as Gazelle.
Dire's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat. That
You know,
baby's
once
coming
again,
down.
they have these global heroes, but they're not coordinated, and it's
Eh.
punishing them.
I think the coordination is the biggest issue of this team. Like, I know I recognize not wanting to use your ultimate there on the Mirana, but at some point you actually just genuinely need to if you want to live.
And they're all low cooldown. Just throw it. There's
Yep.
no harm.
Nope. Like, worst case scenario, you die. Best case scenario, you get out. Feel like there definitely could have been a situation where that was a little better. The Spectre's getting close to Radiance. This Medusa has... Oh my goodness, this Medusa has Butterfly done. Slark has, I think, mostly recovered. Yeah, Slark is recovered. This AM, not as ahead as he could be, but he's getting an Abyssal soon. Silencer is going to die trying to get the Wisdom Rune, which is, like, you know, acceptable. Oh, they actually Dawnbreaker ult for the Jakiro. I actually think that's worth, I'm not even going to lie.
That was
They
the,
get +2, and to now the Dawnbreaker going to TP out. That was a good play.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, but the Tinker is getting gone on the stun on the back line. The buyback for the Global Silence as Tinker is still getting ran at. The Slark's going to pop ult. The dust is the smoke is going to be there for half a second. And now they have the Spectre coming in with his ult. And that was both the Global and Haunt used for not a kill threat.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower
that's not what you want to
obliterated.
see. Sorry.
You can look, it's kind of funny.
I mean, Radiance is finished on Spectre, but again, I feel like that doesn't contribute positively enough to the outcome of the game, especially considering its price point.
It also doesn't
Like
help
if
that it got revealed like instantly.
like if you had Aghanim Scepter there, you'd use your eggs instead of your full haunt, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you're fine. But then you don't do any damage, and you just have more stats for Slark to steal. But again, just feel like this Radiance item, it's 30 minutes. Like, it's a little late to be effective. And again, I really wish this Viper would just build a friggin' Aghanim Scepter. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of of Viper, Viper eggs.
It would definitely help.
Yep, and what would also help is killing Gazelle. Just a little cut out. They were trying to get the Tormentor. Gazelle is up. Barry blinks in, actually. He has another blink available in a few seconds, and this Tormentor is going to be the target for Dark Horse. There's no way that they can get to it, and it will be taken by them. You have no Haunt, no Global Silence.
Slark.
This Slark is literally the definition of in. He just pops ult and walks away. I feel like you could pop Global after the Dark Pact, though, and probably kill him, maybe. If you get him, like, between when he uses his ult and when he uses his Dark Pact, he probably dies. But that's a tough ult. If you get that off, you're MVP, but if you don't, then you're an idiot. So
Yeah.
I respect the decision not to do it.
Haste.
Two sides of one Dota coin.
That's true. And no shard still for the Spectre. I feel like that's a little bit of a mistake, as you were saying. Plus 100%.
Tis mine.
So it's 40% damage reflection plus blade mail is 85%.
Yep.
So that's what, 125% damage reflection?
Yep.
You hit Spectre, you're literally dealing more damage to yourself.
Yeah.
This Medusa is just right-clicking people for fun. Gazelle has no way of getting in and is just gonna go down. Meanwhile, mid Storm actually finding a good way of man-fighting this Slark. He's gonna force a TP out, and now there might be an opportunity. Spectre's a little bit broken right now, and with that Blade Mail, he's gonna go down. No buyback available for him. No, the Global Silence wasn't used. I don't think it would have done anything either. And Yoinky Sploinky are on their last legs. AM is riding top. If something could go wrong for them right now, it is. 24,000 gold lead for Dark Horse. And Murano's probably going to go down. There's a gem on the AM too. I'm trying to run through what went wrong for Yoinky, and I just think it was, again, the communication, like you said the last game.
You know, you can see it in the gameplay. To the point that, you know, oh, GG's already called.
GG's called at 33 minutes. I mean, there's nothing to try, you know? Like, even if you do global, which they do.
What can I say? They came here to win.
Yeah, that was just, I think, I definitely believe that if they get the communication down pat, they get that sort of part of their games figured out, then they can win more than just, like, they can take these 1-1s and be pretty content, but as of now, it's looking rough.
You know, I think it's a shame. I'm still gonna be a Yoinky believer. I think until the end, if and when they don't make it to playoffs. But I'm gonna hold out hope. I think seeing them make playoffs this season around, after I think everyone in 82L would kind of just be like, oh yeah, you know, Yoinky Sploinky, they're a meme team. They pose no threat. But in both of these games, there was a period of time where they could have just swept the floor. And
For sure.
Working out the issues that are not letting you win these games will, even from a meme perspective, like, a lot of these drafts actually have shown some worth. You have a Medusa Slark AM, and you're keeping less than 1,000 gold lead by, like, what was it, like 13 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
and the kills are a mess. The game is a fucking bloodbath, and you're holding up with this draft with a Tinker 4 and a Silencer 5 with 3 global ulti heroes. Well, 4, but you know what I mean. It's. I think they pose a significant threat. It's just honing in on what makes you a threat.
Yeah, and just figuring out I always find that some of the things that I do as a captain is I try to figure out what you can do to give your team an identity, and then focusing on that identity and trying to make that your path to success. Like figuring out how you're gonna win games as opposed to how you're gonna keep yourself from losing them. And I think Yoinky Sploinky might have to take that sort of approach where they figure out like what can we do to enable our offlaner to have better games, and how can we secure an easier time for our carries during these landing stages. And I think if they do that, I think they could definitely win some more games.
I mean, Gazelle shined in game 2.
Yeah,
You know, they
but they put him in a better place to succeed.
yeah. And I think Dark Horse acknowledged that Gazelle is kind of Yoinky's, weakest link a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta work on it.
And every team does have a weakness. It's not just Yoinky Sploinky. I think Dark Horse, I'm trying to put it into words. They were making they were team fighting better than Yoinky, but I don't believe that their team fighting was actually that good.
No.
I think they're individually they know how to find farm and they can get the items that they need on their heroes, and they lean into that as letting them win the game. But when fights came down, like if you're up 10,000 gold, 15,000 gold, and your carries and mids are dying, that should not happen.
Listen, Yoinky, I'm gonna, you know what? No, not even the team. Sin, I'm gonna level with you here. I paid a lot of money to the 82L mob. Okay, they're gonna take my house. They're gonna take my wife. They're gonna take my cat.
He's not
You
capping.
You need to start winning some games.
But he's actually not capping. It's true.
Sorry. It's okay. But they're gonna take everything from me. All right, you need to win a few more games. I don't care if you meme draft. I don't care if you serious draft. I don't care if you draft, a Chen every game. I don't care. I want to see some wins. I love your team. I love your comps. I don't care what anyone says. I'm a believer. I want to see this happen. I want to see Yoinky make playoffs. I want to see you beat Daddies. Is what I want to see.
They did beat Daddies a couple seasons ago, last season.
Well, they won one, I believe.
Yeah, it was their only win.
Yeah, so
I want to see the rematch.
It needs.
I think everybody wants to see the rematch.
And this isn't to say, Dark Horse, you did good. I don't think there's a whole lot to say. Like, you guys played the map and Vision. You played team fights. You played with Vision. You played individually, all very well.
Yeah, their Vision game is incredibly strong, actually.
And
I think a lot of in game 1, their fighting looked really clean because they had perfect vision for a lot of the fights.
Yeah, it was very uncontested.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but it's a situation of Yoinky Sploinky needing to iron out some, I feel are pretty obvious crinkles, but those are the easiest ones to level out. I think they just need to figure out what they want to do with their lanes and how they're going to communicate in the games, and making that process clearer.
All right. Well, not that one. I think I think we're all done here. I think we've said what we need to say.
I am heckin' tired.
Check in on my team because apparently, well, not my team, but the team I'm coaching, because apparently their games are not going well right now.
Uh-oh.
So, well...
Who are they playing?
Oh, dude, I don't even know.
And what team is this?
Savage Saints.
Oh, Savage Saints is your team.
Not my team. It's I quote unquote coach for them.
Ah,
And by that I mean I tell Odin what to draft, quote unquote.
that's fair.
But not really. I don't think he listened to anything I said because I was like, hey, you should do like this. I ended up in a Five Guys game. Where am I? Oh, never mind. Oh, they're playing. I don't know what their team name is. Am I dumb? Are they Five Guys? Is this Five Guys? It is Five Guys. Wow. I don't want to talk about it. Alright, good night, stream.
Good night.